lovely good afternoon to you all tuned in to Camnet TV Main News. Welcome to the main news today, 25th of June in the year 2026. Let's take a look at the news headlines. CAAC challenges ACC to explain handling of whistleblower GRANDY NTUMBO. CSOS defend Zambia Army's role in elections. NHCC condemns encroachment on NGOMBE ILEDE heritage site. In international news, Kenya police in massive show of force on protest anniversary. In sports, South Africa reaches knockouts with win over South Korea. Join me for these and many more stories after the break.
Every celebration, there's a simple choice being made. To belong, count me in. In moments of love and promises for tomorrow, count me in. At the checkout line, in the middle of an ordinary day, a reminder that every number matters. Count me in. Across our communities, our streets, the same message finds us. Count me in. From the everyday worker to the hands shaping our future every day, the call is the same. Count me in. Around the traditions that bring us together, the message becomes impossible to ignore. Count me in.
This election season, your vote counts. Get your NRC and voters card ready.
Count me in.
Camnet TV Main News now showing on Top Star Channel 106, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, QTV app, and on the Kenstream app. With the main news in detail, I'm Tapelo Joe Smarter. Community Action Against Corruption, CAAC, has challenged the Anti-Corruption Commission, ACC, to explain what it describes as the abandonment of whistleblower GRANDY NTUMBO, warning that the situation could discourage Zambians from reporting corruption. In a statement issued Thursday, CAAC Executive Director Brighton Tembo said the recent ACC workshop on whistleblower protection, integrity, and the use of online platforms would fail to inspire public confidence because the Commission had allegedly not protected some whistleblowers from victimization. Mr. Tembo cited former Minister of Finance, Principal Internal Auditor GRANDY NTUMBO, who reported alleged corruption involving illegal allowances at the ministry as an example of a whistleblower who has suffered repercussions after exposing wrongdoing. He said Mr. NTUMBO had become a victim of the very system he sought to protect by reporting the alleged abuse of public resources. Mr. Tembo argued that whistleblowing remains a risky undertaking in Zambia, pointing to what he described as the tribulations and humiliations Mr. NTUMBO has endured since raising concerns about alleged corruption. He further stated that the ACC had an opportunity to demonstrate its commitment to whistleblower protection through Mr. NTUMBO's case and use it as an example to encourage more citizens to come forward with information on corruption. Mr. Tembo warned that many Zambians may be reluctant to report corruption if they perceive that whistleblowers are left vulnerable after exposing wrongdoing. He has since called on ACC Director General Daphne Chabu to provide an update on Mr. NTUMBO's case and explain why the Commission has allegedly failed to protect him despite previously acknowledging him as a whistleblower.
You know, the recently held workshop on whistleblowers by the Anti-Corruption Commission and stakeholders is something that may go as an exercise in futility if the Anti-Corruption Commission failed to resolve previous matters concerning whistleblowers. Here we are referring to the case of former Minister of Finance, senior auditor, Mr. GRANDY, who, after he blew the whistle concerning illegal allowances that some people are giving themselves at the ministry, Mr. NTUMBO became an instant victim of this situation, and even up to today, he is still a victim of that situation. So if people who blew the whistle on corrupt activities can be left alone and abandoned by the commission without any help, then how can we expect Zambians to be encouraged by a workshop held to protect, highlight the measures of protecting whistleblowers? Because the Anti-Corruption Commission should walk the talk. They could have protected Mr. NTUMBO and used his case after protecting him and preventing him from becoming victim of the whistleblowing from those people who became the people he blew the whistle on. But up to now, Mr. NTUMBO is a victim and the commission has completely abandoned him. So we demand from the Anti-Corruption Commission to tell the Zambians the status of Mr. NTUMBO's case and why they have abandoned him to fight all those battles, even despite the court's ruling in his favor, before they talk about workshops to protect whistleblowers. Otherwise, if these issues are not resolved, the Anti-Corruption Commission, people will look at it in a suspicious manner and they will stay away from whistleblowing.
The Consortium of Civil Society Organizations, CSOS, for Good Governance and Constitutionalism has defended the Zambia Army's role during elections, stating that its presence is lawful, constitutional, and helps maintain peace. In a statement issued on Thursday to Camnet News, Consortium Secretary and SACOD Executive Director Arthur Muyunda said collaboration between the Zambia Army and the Zambia Police Service strengthens public confidence in the electoral process. Mr. Muyunda explained that the Defense Force operates under civilian authority and provides support to a police when circumstances require additional security measures. He said the Army's role is not to interfere in elections, but to protect national sovereignty and help create an environment where citizens can vote freely and peacefully. Addressing concerns raised about the military's involvement in the electoral processes, Mr. Muyunda said allegations of intimidation must be supported by evidence and handled through established legal channels. He maintained that cooperation between the army and police is not unconstitutional as long as it is conducted within the confines of the law. Mr. Muyunda further noted that previous elections had demonstrated that the two institutions can work together professionally without unlawfully influencing electoral outcomes. He said recent election monitoring exercises indicated that the Army's presence is identified electoral hotspots, helped deter violence, and contributed to maintaining public order. According to Mr. Muyunda, lawful collaboration between security institutions can enhance the credibility of elections when officers perform their duties impartially and professionally. He urged stakeholders to ensure that discussions on electoral security remain grounded in facts, evidence, and constitutional principles rather than speculation.
The consortium, we have noticed and observed the debate that is going around regarding the statements by the Zambia Army Commander. And we wish to clarify that there is no law banning the Zambia Army from working with the Zambia Police during elections, as long as the deployment is authorized and done within the Constitution. A 2022 University of Zambia and Zambia Army study found that army involvement is constitutionally grounded. Its role is to complement, not to replace the police. The collaboration helps keep elections peaceful, protects citizens and property, and builds public confidence. Under our Constitution, the Defense Force operates under civilian authority with the President as Commander-in-Chief. While the police have primary responsibility for law and order, the Army can provide law support when needed. Protecting the right to vote freely and peacefully is part of defending national sovereignty. We must separate lawful presence from unlawful conduct. Any intimidation or abuse by any security officer is unacceptable and must be proven and dealt with legally. But it is wrong to assume that army/police cooperation is by itself unconstitutional. Our experience as a consortium shows that this cooperation works. For example, in the 2016 and 2021 elections, joint deployment kept peace with no nationwide pattern of interference. During 2026 nominations, our monitors saw high tensions in places like Chavuma and parts of the Copper Belt. Their army presence with police helped to prevent violence and possible bloodshed. In short, limited cooperation between the army.
The National Heritage Conservation Commission, NHCC, has strongly condemned the disturbance of the historic NGOMBE ILEDE heritage site in Chirundu district after road grading activities allegedly damaged part of the protected national monument without prior consultation with the Commission. NHCC Director of Conservation Services, Macmillan Mudenda, expressed concern over the incident, saying the local authority undertook grading works within the protected heritage area despite the site's sensitive archaeological significance. Following reports of the disturbance, the Commission dispatched a team of conservation experts from Lusaka to assess the damage, secure exposed artifacts, and safeguard human skeletal remains uncovered during the grading exercise. Mr. Mudenda said local authorities should have sought technical guidance and clearance from the Commission before carrying out development activities at the site. He urged stronger collaboration between the Commission and local authorities to prevent similar incidents and reminded members of the public that disturbing graves and archaeological sites is an offense under Zambian law. He noted that all burial sites dating before January 1, 1924 are protected under the NHCC Act. Meanwhile, Chirundu Town Council Secretary Benson Wenje pledged greater cooperation with the Commission in safeguarding heritage sites across the district. He immediately directed the planning officer to accompany the NHCC team to assess the extent of the damage at NGOMBE ILEDE. Mr. Mudenda also expressed concern over reported construction activities near the protected area by individuals who allegedly received land allocations within the heritage site. He advised all those encroaching on the area to halt construction immediately to avoid legal consequences and potential losses.
So we are here at NGOMBE ILEDE National Monument. This is a site declared 1965 under SI 138. The declaration was based on its rich archaeological deposits which you find around the site. So we are prompted to come and check what's happening when we were informed by our caretaker that at the site that people were grading the road in readiness for a ceremony which took place just this past Sunday. And when we came, we found actually that the grader had passed through outside the fenced area, but which is still within the site. So where the grader passed through, yesterday we discovered a lot of pot sheds which were broken, and also some bones, which most likely they might be human remains. And then again within the site there is a pump station, and near the pump station, where I'm standing here, you find that someone, we are told, has been given a plot, and already they are digging a foundation. And you can see that there's a lot of pot sheds even here where they are digging. All these are pieces which are broken from the foundation which they dug, which came out. So already we are engaging these people, whoever was given a plot here. We're told by the local leadership, and we are also engaging with the local leadership so that we can close this chapter, because these people have built inside the monument, and by law we are not supposed to do this, because this is right inside the monument. It's interesting to note that even when people are aware that where we are is within the monument, we find that people are still getting land, trying to claim that land that is there. So as National Heritage Conservation Commission, our duty is basically to make the public aware that
The United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, has called for stronger safeguards in Zambia's development and mining projects, warning that poorly managed resettlement continues to harm communities through displacement, environmental degradation, and loss of livelihoods. The call came during a high-level sensitization meeting on the National Resettlement Policy 2024 and the proposed Resettlement Management Bill 2026 held in Mukushi District, Central Province. The event was organized by the Center for Environment Justice, CEJ, with support from UNDP, the Ministry of Mines and Minerals Development, the Office of the Vice President, and the Environmental Governance Program, the Norwegian Agency for Development Cooperation, NORAD, and the Swedish International Development Cooperation Agency, SIDA. Speaking at the meeting, UNDP Program Specialist Charlie Selishevo said Zambia must adopt a rights-based approach to development projects that involve community displacement. Ms. Selisho noted that contribute significantly to economic growth, employment, and government revenue. They should not come at the expense of human rights and dignity. Meanwhile, Director of the Resettlement Division in the Office of the Vice President, Cooper Chiwomba, said the National Resettlement Policy 2024 and the proposed Resettlement Management Bill 2026 represent a major step towards establishing a comprehensive legal framework for resettlement in Zambia. Mr. Chiwomba said resettlement issues have historically been managed under fragmented laws, resulting in inadequate compensation, project delays, disputes, and hardships for displaced people.
The United Nations recognizes that development efforts around mining, infrastructure, the different large-scale infrastructure and constructions that are undertaken, we have a lot of commercial activities. All these we acknowledge that they are significant drivers of development. They generate revenue, they provide employment, and of course infrastructure to host communities and nations. However, we also note that when these are not properly implemented, when they are poorly governed, these development processes can also produce significant risks and injustices if not managed properly. And they can produce serious and lasting harm that leads to involuntary displacement of communities, loss of lands and livelihoods, inadequate compensation, environmental degradation, restricted access to natural resources, social and cultural conflicts, and limited access to remedies and justice.
The revised National Resettlement Policy and the Resettlement Management Bill mark an important step towards a new national standard. A standard where resettlement is planned, fair, participatory, and human rights-based. A standard where livelihoods are restored and communities are supported to move forward with dignity. A standard where development and justice go hand in hand. I wish to express government's sincere gratitude to Center for Environmental Justice and UNDP for providing this platform for governments to engage with all stakeholders. The government remains committed to walking this path with all stakeholders in the interest of inclusive, sustainable, and people-centered development.
The Road Development Agency, RDA, has constructed a second way-in-motion bridge on the Chingola-Kasumbalesa Road, expanding the use of advanced technology to protect Zambia's road network and improve freight movement along one of the country's busiest trade corridors. The new facility follows the successful construction of Zambia's first way-in-motion bridge in Nakonde along the Chinsali-Nakonde Road. Speaking during a media tour of the facility, RDA Chief Communications and Corporate Affairs Manager Anthony Mulowa said the agency is investing in modern technology to strengthen the monitoring of heavy goods, vehicles and improve weighbridge operations. Mr. Mlowa explained that the weigh-in-motion systems measure vehicle weights and alcohol loads while trucks are moving, eliminating the need for vehicles to stop for weighing. He said the technology improves traffic flow, increases operational efficiency, and enhances the enforcement of alcohol load regulations. He added that the construction of the new weighbridge forms part of the agency's broader strategy to modernize transport infrastructure and safeguard strategic trade routes. The Chingola-Kasumbalesa Road serves as one of Zambia's busiest freight corridors and acts as a major gateway for regional and international trade. RDA expects the installation of the advanced weighing technology to boost compliance with alcohol load limits, facilitate the movement of goods, and preserve the road network for the long term. The agency says the adoption of modern weighbridge technology reflects its commitment to improving transport efficiency while protecting public investment in road infrastructure. The Ministry of Fisheries and Livestock has lifted the annual fishing ban on Lake Tanganyika with immediate effect to facilitate a major fish stock assessment and review the effectiveness of the 3-year-old fishing closure program. The ministry announced Thursday that fishing activities can resume from June 25, 2026, ahead of the second round of the Catch Assessment Survey, CAAC, scheduled for July. According to a ministry principal public relations officer, Benny Munyama, the survey is a key fisheries management tool that depends on active fishing operations to collect accurate data on fish catches, fishing effort, and the condition of fish stocks in Lake Tanganyika. Mr. Munyama said lifting of the ban also signals the start of the comprehensive review of the fishing ban program, which authorities introduced 3 years ago to support fish stock recovery and promote sustainable fishing practices. He said the review will assess whether the seasonal closure has improved fish populations, enhanced compliance among fishing communities, and protected livelihoods that depend on the lake's fisheries resources. The ministry said it will engage fishing communities, traditional leaders, local authorities, civil society organizations, and other stakeholders as part of the evaluation process. Meanwhile, Mr. Munyama has urged fishers returning to the lake to comply with fisheries regulations. Mr. Munyama said all fishers must possess valid licenses and permits, use approved fishing gear, observe size restrictions, and avoid illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing practices.
The Ministry of Fisheries and Livestock wishes to inform the public and all stakeholders that the annual fishing ban on Lake Tanganyika has been lifted effective today, 25th June 2026. The decision has been made to facilitate the implementation of the second round of the Catch Assessment Survey, which is scheduled for next month, July. The survey is a very critical fisheries management tool that relies on active fishing operations to generate accurate and reliable data on fish catches, fishing effort, and also the status of fish stocks in the lake. The lifting of the ban also marks the commencement of the comprehensive review of the fishing ban program on Lake Tanganyika following 3 years of implementation. The review seeks to assess the effectiveness of the measure in promoting fish stock recovery, compliance among fishing communities, and also the socio-economic impacts on households that depend on fishing for their livelihoods. As part of the review process, the ministry will engage a wide range of stakeholders, including fishing communities, traditional leaders, local authorities, civil society organizations, and other interested parties. Data collection will be undertaken during the forthcoming cold dry season assessment survey to ensure that the review is informed by evidence and also by stakeholder experiences. The ministry wishes to remind all fishers that the resumption of fishing activities must be conducted in accordance with the existing fishing regulations. Fishers are therefore expected to possess valid licenses and permits, comply with prescribed fishing gear restrictions, and also the size limits. We also urge the fishers to refrain from engaging in illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing practices, and also cooperate with fisheries monitoring and enforcement teams. As a ministry, we remain committed to the sustainable management of Zambia's fisheries resources while safeguarding the livelihoods of the communities that depend on them. We wish to also state that the findings from the program review will inform future fisheries management decisions, including the recommendations on fishing closures, enforcement measures, and community support initiatives that are aimed at ensuring the long-term sustainability of Lake Tanganyika's fisheries resources.
The Ministry of Defense has accredited Nigeria's defense attaché to Zambia, Colonel Adamu Muhammad Mutawakilu, in a move aimed at strengthening military cooperation and defense relations between the two countries. Minister of Defense Permanent Secretary Mambo Hamaundu presented the accreditation certificate to Colonel Mutawakilu during a courtesy call in Lusaka on Thursday. Speaking during the ceremony, Mr. Hamaundu said Zambia values its long-standing partnership with Nigeria and remains committed to expanding cooperation between the two nations' armed forces. He noted that Zambia and Nigeria are already collaborating in several areas, including military cooperation, exchange programs, defense diplomacy, and peacekeeping operations. Mr. Hamaundu said the growing relationship between the two militaries reflects the strong ties that exist between the two countries. Meanwhile, Colonel Adamu Muhammad Mutawakilu pledged to strengthen relations between the Nigerian Armed Forces and the Zambia Defense Force during his tenure. Colonel Mutawakilu said his mission is to deepen military cooperation and enhance collaboration between the defense institutions of the two countries. He added that the Nigerian Armed Forces take pride in their professionalism and commitment to promoting peace and security across Africa. The defense attaché noted that Nigeria's efforts to support the continent's security architecture align with Zambia's commitment to maintaining peace and stability. Colonel Mutawakilu also serves as Nigeria's defense attaché to Angola and the Democratic Republic of Congo. The accreditation marks another step in strengthening defense diplomacy and military cooperation between Zambia and Nigeria as both countries seek to enhance regional peace and security efforts. We now go to Western Province, where a 48-year-old man from Mongu district has appealed to all wishers for support to acquire a wheelchair for his 11-year-old son, whose mobility challenges have made it difficult for him to attend school. Mr. Maseka Kashweka said his son, Noanga Maseka, was born with a disability that left both his legs paralyzed. Mr. Kashweka explained that as his son grows older, carrying him to and from school has become increasingly difficult, placing a heavy burden on the family. He said a wheelchair would significantly improve Noanga's mobility and help him access education more easily. The father appealed to members of the public and organizations willing to assist to help secure the mobility aid for his son. Meanwhile, a neighbor, Jane Kabanda, supported the appeal, saying the child faces serious challenges moving around and accessing school. Ms. Kabanda noted that despite being of school-going age, Noanga's disability and lack of a wheelchair have limited his ability to attend classes regularly.
Pupils living with disability face daily challenges in accessing quality education, including physical barriers and lack of tailored support systems. And in Mongo District, Western Province, 11-year-old Noanga Maseka living with disability is facing a challenge due to lack of a wheelchair for him to be attending classes. Speaking to Camnet News, Maseka Kashweka, the father to Noanga Maseka, is appealing to all well-wishers for support of a wheelchair for his child.
Kale kutata kwa kweli akene skoro anina wheelchair yamana no kumisanga irute kwisa wali wanika apizo wali wanika school yale kale pale ziku ngamana napita pale una ni 10 years to 11 years twala alwambola pa nana yo ai kwa skolo abakinsa wheelchair nizele ile kupita kwa kansu kweza twa nini lwansize ndwa tuna kuli anifuma ne wheelchair mwana nayo kale tona utata bwana manisize mwana nayo ana wheelchair kuzama ande akwili okona kuzwa fa bampushinga kupita kwa liwanika kwa skopa mane na kuna mwini nezi siya ni konaona fa mwana bintu yake nsaitundanisa anina ndi mayemo twale wasichaba kaofera babakona kunitusa mwana nayo kutake ni skolo changu banitusa babakona kunitusa mwana nayo kutake ni skolo.
Namasi Konwanga, the mother, says the child has suffered for a long time without a support of a wheelchair. Meanwhile, Kapanda Maseka, a sister and one of the neighbors, also acknowledged the challenge in which the child is passing through.
Mwenye kasa zamai, hakuna mwenye kwa skolo, kisiwale samau tu, kuzoma pepe kufika. Choko kina kwa skolo, kina kwa liwanika. Choko transport ya kuja kwa nuku ya liwanika, hakuna mwenye kwa sichaba. Muko na kutuseza, mko kumana wichi ya kwa skolo.
Mukilebene muze na bufai. Kamwana alina bukalo mwakwendela mwahi natera kukobera skola hanapo ngango abonaka na bukwasi woni momuli akuzeneka uche yakulinga manganafu mekuno kunzibo aye kuskola cha chikalo mukeko tunakulomba ko kulibaze bakankeke baze bakosa kumubira nkeke omwana no angamaseka bamukwase ko kumuhyako mikono yakwendela ikeyo uche tunakulomba ko mwana ko bakankeke.
The only hope of many people, especially people living with a disability, is that one day they will find help. Kelvin Kabiramse wa Camnet News in Mungo District, Western Province.
And that report from Western Province by our reporter Kelvin Musie Wakavila takes us for a first set of commercials, but do join us for international and sports news when we come back. Please do stay tuned.
There comes a moment when ordinary ends and greatness begins. The Healing Word Ministries International proudly invites you to a powerful 5 days revival conference. Theme, Stepping into Reloaded Greatness. Genesis chapter 12, verse 1 to 3, hosted by Pastor Victoria Chaluba, alongside anointed ministers of God, Papa Billy Lubanza of Flaming Fire Ministries, Kabwe, Dr. Abedi Bwanika from Christ Witness Church, Uganda, and Father Robert Sahubwa of the Anglican Church in Zambia. Come expecting healing, breakthrough, restoration, and divine direction. This is not just a conference. This is your moment of transformation. Beginning 2nd July at HWMI with powerful worship by the HWMI praise team. Don't miss what God is about to do. See you there.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. You are all blessed for life. Thank you for having tuned in. My name is His Royal Highness Dr. Papa Billy, coming here to invite you to a great 5 days revival conference. 5 solid days revival conference hosted by Pastor Victoria Chiluba and the Healing Word Ministries International, that will take place from the 2nd to the 7th of July 2026 at the Healing Word Ministry in Ibex, Lusaka. You don't have to miss this, with a great theme, stepping into the reloaded greatness according to Genesis 12:1-3. There will be powerful teaching, worship, prayer, and spiritual impartation. This is a gathering that not to miss. I come to invite you personally not to miss this meeting, because it's going to transform your life, it's going to lift you up, it's going to change your environment. Come one, come all, let's worship him in Jesus' name.
Voting is one of the few moments where we all have a voice.
One person, one vote.
No titles, no status.
Just a choice.
It's not about doing nothing.
It's about showing up.
Because your vote matters.
It's easy.
It's important.
It's ours. Count me in.
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 In every celebration, there's a simple choice being made. To belong, count me in. In moments of love and promises for tomorrow, count me in. At the checkout line, in the middle of an ordinary day, a reminder that every number matters. Count me in. Across our communities, our streets, the same message finds us. Count me in. From the everyday worker to the hands shaping our future every day, the call is the same. Count me in. And around the traditions that bring us together, the message becomes impossible to ignore. Count me in.
This election season, your vote counts. Get your NRSC and voters card ready.
Count me in.
Zambia's beauty industry takes the main stage. For the first time ever, the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development presents the Cosmetology Expo. It's happening 15th and 16th of July 2026 at Zikis University in Lusaka. Whether you sell, supply, train or transform, it's your free moment to get seen. Hairdressers, makeup artists, wig makers, nail technicians, spa owners, skin and hair product producers, equipment suppliers, this is your stage. Show off your skills, showcase your products and equipment, and run live demos for hundreds of industry players. Sponsorship opportunities are now open for brands looking to connect directly with Zambia's beauty and cosmetology sector. Connect, collaborate, grow your business. Exhibitor slots are limited and by application only. Register now via the link in the caption. For inquiries, call 0979 152 742 or 0968 323 558. Join the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development in making history by being part of the first Cosmetology Expo.
Enjoy the benefits of an instant loan with us ranging from 1,000 kwacha to 750,000 kwacha paid express once collateral is viewed, valued and verified. Call us on 0763 595 359 or 0779 432 993. Classified Financial Express, here as your financial friend.
Are you looking for a reliable and efficient courier company with international standards? Then let UBZ Courier, your trusted partner in swift and secure deliveries, be your ultimate choice. Whether it's a small package or a hefty consignment, UBZ Courier handles it all, locally and internationally. Our modern call center ensures personalized attention for every client. For seamless deliveries within Zambia and beyond, trust UBZ Courier. Call us now on +260 763 062 680 or visit us at plot number 15 Mwapona Road, Woodlands, Lusaka, Zambia. UBZ Courier, a world-class brand that can be trusted.
Kenyan police put on a massive show of force Thursday in a bid to prevent protests marking 2 years since a landmark Gen Z uprising. Thousands of Kenyans took to the streets in June 2024 against economic hardship and corruption, eventually storming parliament to force the cancellation of new taxes. But they paid a heavy price, with at least 127 people killed across the 2 years of protests, according to a police watchdog, as security forces shot people with near total impunity. Police were taking no chances on Thursday, with a slew of roadblocks shutting off traffic on key roads around Nairobi and schools and businesses shuttered. There were long lines of police wagons, horse patrols, barbed wire around government buildings and large numbers of plainclothes officers. President William Ruto said this week that Kenyans had a right to demonstrate, but warned against chaos and property destruction. June 25th has become an annual day of protest as frustration continues with the government of President William Ruto.
The leader of South Africa's anti-illegal immigrant group March and March has insisted that the movement is peaceful. Speaking to for undocumented foreigners in the country to self-deport, she said any lawlessness was a failure of state policing and border control.
If anyone wants to point a finger at someone who must take responsibility, starts with those who allowed illegal immigration in the first place. Yeah. Those are the ones who must take responsibility for anything that happens on the 30th. Don't point the finger on us. We've done our due diligence. We've put our head on the block here. And everyone in the world is looking at us, calling us hateful things, swearing at us, and the government is acting as if this issue of illegal immigration is our problem. It's not our problem that there's illegal immigrants in the country. We didn't invite anyone.
There have been numerous reports of violence across the country linked to anti-foreigner tensions. Law enforcement's been ramped up ahead of nationwide anti-immigrant marches due to take place on the 30th.
So we are saying for the first time in our lives, a success for us would be the government of South Africa looking at South Africans and saying, South Africans, we've heard you, we'll do what you have asked us, which is to prioritize you, which is to enforce the laws of the country, which is to change those laws that after 32 years we see have opened up gaps for more problems to come into the country.
With South Africa's official unemployment rate above 30%, the collective grouping March and March and over 20 civic organizations complain that foreigners are taking scarce jobs and resources.
A Tunisian court on Tuesday upheld an 8-year prison term slapped on anti-racism activist Sadia Mospa for financial misconduct, two of her lawyers said. Mospa, the head of the Anti-Discrimination NEMTI Association, was detained in 2024 as part of a wider crackdown on several NGOs that gave help to undocumented migrants from sub-Saharan African countries in Tunisia. Mospa had been at the forefront of defending sub-Saharan migrants in the country, particularly after a 2023 speech by President Kais Saied, in which he denounced migrants as a demographic threat. Amnesty International said in a statement that Mospa's trial was based on unfounded financial criminal charges. Defense lawyers have insisted on her innocence. One defense lawyer said Mospa, who is black, had been targeted by a racist campaign on social media shortly before her arrest in 2024.
South Africa advanced to the knockout phase of the World Cup for the first time with a 1-0 victory over South Korea Wednesday night. Tapelo Maseko scored in the 63rd minute off a precise cross from Shepang Moremi, and South Africa finished in second place in Group A behind Mexico, which won all 3 of its group stage games. South Africa will take on Canada, the second place finisher in Group B, in a knockout game Sunday at Inglewood, California. Maseko had 5 total shots in the match and leads South Africa with 8 shots in the tournament. South Africa had opened its World Cup with a 2-0 loss to Mexico before using a late goal to end a 1-1 draw with Czech Republic. It entered its final group stage, needing to defeat South Korea in order to advance. The Bafana had failed to advance from the group stage in 1998, 2002, and as host in 2010. South Africa head coach Hugo Broos described the faith he had in his team despite the difficult start to the tournament. Shepelelo Sitole, who received the red card in the opening game against Mexico, also earned a start and helped South Africa keep a clean sheet. South Korea head coach Hong Myong-bo raised some eyebrows when he decided not to start Son Heung-min and instead bring him in as a substitute. He said that he preferred to bring Son onto the field when the South African defenders were slower on energy. South Korea opened this World Cup with a 2-1 come-from-behind win over Czech Republic and lost to Mexico 1-0 in its second game. The South Koreans could still advance in the tournament pending the results of other games this week. South Korea became the first Asian team to reach the knockout round in 2002 when it finished 4th overall. We monitored Africa Sports.
Tapelo Maseko scored in the 63rd minute to give South Africa a 1-0 victory over South Korea and a slot in the knockout stage. The win secured second place in Group A for South Africa behind Mexico, which won all 3 of its group stage matches.
Yes, I think that there will be a surprise now. Africa is strong, not only South Africa, Senegal, Ivory Coast. They are showing a strong character in this World Cup.
We don't care who we get. Doesn't matter. We're ready. We're ready. Team is ready. Doesn't matter who we get.
South Africa will face Canada, the runner-up in Group B, in a knockout match on Sunday in California. Bafana had previously failed to advance from the group stage in 1998, 2002 and as hosts in 2010.
And that sporting item brings us to the end of this edition of Main News on Camnet TV. But before we go, here are the stories that made headlines. CAAC challenges ACC to explain handling of whistleblower GRANDY NTUMBO. CSOS defends Zambia Army's role in elections. NHCC condemns encroachment on NGOMBE ILEDE heritage site. In international news, Kenya police in massive show of force on protest anniversary. In sports, South Africa reaches knockouts with win over South Korea. We now look at the Camnet verse for the day, coming from the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 18. It reads, "While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal." That ends the Bible reading, and that concludes this edition of Main News on Camnet TV. But dear viewer, like always, do remember that Camnet TV is not just another channel. Now showing on Topstar channel 106, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, QTV app, and on the Kenstream app. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Tapelo Joe Smarter. Good evening and God bless.
Voting is one of the few moments where we all have a voice.
One person, one vote.
No titles, no status.
Just a choice.
It's not about doing nothing.
It's about showing up.
Because your vote matters.
It's easy.
It's important.
It's ours. Count me in.
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 Oh, yeah.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. You are all blessed for life. Thank you for having tuned in. My name is His Royal Highness Dr. Papa Billy, coming here to invite you to a great 5 days revival conference. 5 solid days revival conference hosted by Pastor Victoria Chiluba and the Healing Word Ministries International, that will take place from the 2nd to the 7th of July 2026 at the Healing Word Ministry in Ibex, Lusaka. You don't have to miss this, with a great theme, stepping into the reloaded greatness according to Genesis 12:1-3. There will be powerful teaching, worship, prayer, and spiritual impartation. This is a gathering that not to miss. I come to invite you personally not to miss this meeting, because it's going to transform your life, it's going to lift you up, it's going to change your environment. Come one, come all, let's worship Him in Jesus' name.
The Healing Word Ministries International invites you all to a 5-day revival conference. Join us as we step into reloaded greatness. Genesis chapter 12 verse 1-3 with our host, Pastor Victoria Chiluba. Our speakers will be Papa Billy Lubansa from Flaming Fire Ministries in Kabwe, Dr. Abedi Bwanika from Christ Witness Church, Uganda, and Father Robert Sihubwa from the Anglican Church. Our venue is at the Healing Word Ministries International in Ibex Hill off of Kablonga Road. The gathering is on the 2nd of July from 17 hours to 20 hours. Also, on the 3rd to the 7th of July from 9 hours to 16 hours. We have the music coming from the Healing Word Ministries praise team. See you there.
In every celebration, there's a simple choice being made. To belong, count me in. In moments of love and promises for tomorrow, count me in. At the checkout line, in the middle of an ordinary day, a reminder that every number matters. Count me in. Across our communities, our streets, the same message finds us. Count me in. From the everyday worker to the hands shaping our future every day, the call is the same. Count me in. And around the traditions that bring us together, the message becomes impossible to ignore. Count me in.
This election season, your vote counts. Get your NRC and voters card ready.
Count me in.